Okay guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. I am here today to try to take these terrible, pitiful nails that have hair color stain on them because I'm a cosmetologist. I do all things, and you know, I've been making more videos and I just look at my fingernails and I'm embarrassed by them because they're dry, they're brittle, they're peeling. You know, I'm 50, so my nails aren't in good shape. I don't have a thyroid, so that contributes to the nail problem, I think. I take collagen, Nutrafol, other vitamins and supplements. Nothing helps these nails. Like, they're terrible. Since I am in the beauty industry and I have access to all kinds of professional products, I have a whole bag here. This is my Mika bag, which I have filled it full of nail supplies. I am going to attempt to do these nails today, and if I can learn to do this, then that means anybody can learn to do this, because they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, I've tried to do nails before, acrylic nails, and it didn't go so hot, so the jury's still out on if I can do this or not. I see a lot of girls doing it, so I've been influenced, and here we go. Let's get this party started. Let's see, I just got out of the salon. I think it's 3:15. I have to go get kids here in a little while. Let's see what I can do with these in about an hour and a half, because if this is going to take me more than an hour and a half, I'm not ever going to do them again. I will be done and all this stuff will go in a donation bin. So there's that. Okay, so these are the tips that I chose. You can see those. They're short and they're round. I did get the gelish to go on top. I have the brush on builder in 2 different colors. I have a clear and I have a soft pink, because reality is I really only want to have one step. If this has a color in it and it looks decent, I'm going to rock this and I'm going to go. And I'll probably never put anything on top of it. If I do, it'll be a little light dusting of some chrome powder or something, and I'm going to rock and roll, because if it's going to take long, nah, this girl ain't doing it. I did get me a drill. I don't know if you can see it. She's electric. I'm going to dial it back, and I'm going to take the cuticles off my nails, push them back, trim them, walk all the steps for that, all the prep work, rough up the top to get them ready to have the tips glued on. So I will spare you all of that, because it's basically just cuticle work, taking off the shiny top part of your nail and then gluing on the tips. That's a little boring, I think, for you to watch, so I'm just gonna, you can search that on somebody else's video. I'm not gonna show that because I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And furthermore, this video really isn't a teaching experience. This is me teaching myself how to do this, because this will give other 50-year-old ladies hope that if I can learn it, you can learn it, and then you can do it for yourself. But also, from my background, I know if there's any lifting, that's going to cause a mold and fungus problem. So if I'm not good at this and it's too hard, I'm going to let you know, because I think a lot of these younger girls, I say children that are in their 20s and 30s, because that's my kids' age, my older kids, you know, they don't realize, because if they're doing it on their own, they don't realize like how you can really harm yourself with a nick, or the mold and the fungus and the bacteria and sanitation and all that. Like, even if you're doing your own nails at home, there is a level of respect you need to have for sanitation and like the sterilization of all your stuff before you do this, and what lifting can cause if you don't do it right. So just putting that out there in the atmosphere. You know, I went to beauty school over 30 years ago. It's been a hot minute. And it's funny how I can remember, you know, some of the steps for prep work and stuff with this. But I will say this, my beauty school didn't really teach anything about acrylics, and acrylics was the only thing on the market back then, or basic manicure. And I was always when I was younger, I had long, beautiful nails and nothing ever bothered them. And then with each pregnancy, my nails turned into poo-poo. And when I say poo-poo, I mean crap. They did not hold polish. They started to split and peel, and they just caused me a lot of problems. And I was so sad because I had really good hair and really good nails, and you know, I guess over time we're all going to lose something little by little as we age. That's just a sad fact, but that was like maybe 4 minutes to do a little cuticle work and take the top off. My nails are so short, I'm not even going to have to really trim them or file or doing anything. I will do some filing after the new nails are glued on. So okay guys, so I lost all my audio. I don't know what happened. All the other videos recorded my sound, but this one didn't. But my tips are on, as you can see. I'm kind of blabbering on about how hard it was to get these on. The glue is runny. You really have to put a lot of pressure on the clear nail to keep an air bubble popping back in there while you cure it. This was not fun for me. I will probably ditch this method and try something new in the future. But the tips are on, and, you know, the worst part was not being able to see, and I had a big bright lamp, as you can see, to try to see where my glue was flooding to. And then you wanted to make sure it wasn't touching your cuticle or the sidewall of your fingers, like you want that off your skin so it doesn't lift. And then you have to try to cure with your little flash cure lamp, and this was awful. Like, I would have to be under a huge magnification lamp with like 5,000 lumens to be able to see that glue, because it's so clear, and then the tips are clear. So this was a booger. I'm not going to want to do this again. So I'm going to have to change things up. Okay, so I did use the pink gelish builder gel. When I tell you this stuff is thick, check this out. Like, this is the clear. It's so thick, but I used the pink on mine, and they're not bad. I'm afraid they'll stain really easy when I'm shampooing. You know, I'm shampooing out hair color. This was so much easier than getting the tips and the glue on. The tips and the glue were awful. I'm going to have to go back and revisit the tip situation. Like, I may have to go back to old school that are just the tips that are thin, that you can cut and shape, and you just glue them right on the very tip, and see if I can't use the builder gel to make the apex and all that have some strength and durability, and then use this. This is thick enough that I don't think it's going anywhere. Like, they're on. But I do think, since I got some glue on the outside, I tried to file around it and seal it and all that jazz. I still think I'm going to get some lifting. So, which I hate. But anywho, they look less pitiful, because they were looking pitiful. Yeah, girl. There's my nail art. Actually, no art. I'm too lazy for that. Maybe when I get better and faster, like, these will get fancier. This has been an ordeal for me. It's 5:26. And I told you what time I started. So it's been a hot minute. This is way too long. I have to get faster, and I have to get better, and I have to either do something better with the tip situation, or just, like I said, move along to something else. My glue was a little thin. Of course, it came from the supply house. It was a professional glue. I did get this really thick, which may be a better option for me. This really thick, it's in a jar, gel that you're supposed to just scoop on the end and then pop on there. But before you cure it, you wipe all the excess off. We'll see. I didn't use my little clear clips to hold it down, because it didn't hold it down tight enough. So that was kind of a bust. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they do. I'll give an update. after I work with them a couple of days, I'll know, because when I'm in water, well, I'll know if they're going to lift and if they're going to hold up. So, but on a scale of 1 to 10, looking good, they're an 8. If you get really close, they're an 8 probably. That's it. La-di-da. I will see you peeps later.